I was in a car wreck a couple of days ago. The question is the universe trying to tell me something? Or is God trying to take me through something to get me somewhere? Or is it the law of cause and effect, and it's my responsibility to change it? Yo, this is your Coach Renz, and I want to thank everybody for joining me right now. If you're a subscriber, please continue to hit that subscribe button. And I know we haven't done our giveaway because, like I said, I've been in a car accident. Things got thrown off. I'm kind of getting back to my normal schedule. So I appreciate all my subscribers and patrons who have been so very patient. And those who know I was in a car wreck, I thank you for the kind words. But still, put hashtag Uncle Renz Popcorn, because the giveaway is still going, and I probably announce the winner tomorrow on Monday. So I appreciate you guys. Now, I was in a car wreck early last week, and a lot happened. I mean, a lot happened. A lot of running around, a lot of crazy stuff going on. So oftentimes, it caused me to think about how oftentimes when people go through something like that, one of the first things that they'll say, depending upon their background, depending upon who they are, they'll say a couple of things. And one of the couple of things they'll say is that, well, especially some of us conscious people, some of us new agers, will say that, oh, the universe is trying to tell me something. The universe is trying to bring something to me. It's trying to enlighten me in some form or fashion, that the universe is bringing this car wreck to me. Or if you have a situation when the money got tight, oh, the universe is trying to tell me something. Oh, I got sick, so the universe is trying to tell me something. I lost my relationship, so the universe is trying to tell me something. You have the other ones who participate in a religion. And in that religion, you had a car wreck. And maybe through that car wreck, what it is that God want to get you out of that car that you're driving. God got a better car for you. And the way that he was able to get you out of your current car is to get you into a car wreck so you can get into a new car, because God has something waiting for you on the other side, because you couldn't get yourself out of that old car. So God had to pull you out by causing you to have an accident, by causing you to injure yourself. And maybe God wanted you to injure yourself so that you can recognize the health that you need to work on to get yourself into a new health level. Even though I'm standing up here with 300 pounds on me, I'm just saying God is trying to bring you into a new health line, trying to bring new things in your life by causing disasters to happen in your life. Guess the tornado had a purpose, huh? But then there are those who actually achieve success in their life. The ones who actually achieve success in their life are the ones who recognize that there's this law called cause and effect. And then the law of cause and effect is simply states that for every cause there is an effect, and for every effect there is a cause. The reason why there was a car accident is because of a decision that was made that turned out to be the wrong decision if you wanted to avoid a car accident. That's it. That's all. The reason why you struggle financially is because you consistently make bad decisions financially. It's not your job's fault. It's not your boss's fault. It's not the fact that you didn't learn financial literacies from your parents. It doesn't matter whose fault it is anyway. The only thing that matters is it's your responsibility to change it. If you're spending too much money, whose responsibility is it to not spend as much money? If you're going to say that, well, the cost of living, to live, it costs X amount of dollars, are there not people who are living on less than what you make? Are there not people who are living with more children than you have on less than what you make? Well, but my standard, I can care less about your standard. If you want to raise yourself out of your financial difficulties, whose responsibility is it? Is it you being the causal factor of your financial ruin, or is it the other person? Is it your fault that your credit is messed up, or is it someone else's? How can it be someone else? Just because they gave you the credit, just because they lent you the money, just because they gave you the credit card, they gave you the house, they gave you the car, the fact that you didn't know the information in order to be financially secure, whose responsibility is that? That's your responsibility. The law of cause and effect. Is it McDonald's fault that you're unhealthy? Is it Wendy's fault? Is it Burger King's fault? Is it the grocery store that has the processed food for a cheaper price than it is to get the more natural food? Is it their fault that you bought it? Oh, but you know what, Coach Rance, I hear what you're saying, but in order for me to live, I can't afford to get that kind of... Well, maybe if you ate less, spent more, but ate less, you'd lose the weight, you'd be healthier, you'd have more energy. Do not blame someone else for your life. Do not blame a cosmic entity and says that cosmic entity is trying to bring you into a new light. If the cosmic entity wanted to bring you into a new light, would not that cosmic entity just bring you into it? Oh, but you get stuck in your ways. Cause and effect. You're stuck in your way of spending your money. Therefore, cause and effect says that you have poor finances. You're stuck in your way of eating improperly. Therefore, cause and effect says that you have diabetes and you're about to get your limbs cut off. You see, the cosmic entity, the universe, is not trying to tell you something by forcing you. The universe says, hey, if you eat like this for 30 years, your effect 30 years later is heart disease, diabetes, is overweight, is whatever it is. It's not trying to force you to do anything. The universe is not trying to force you into anything or to get you out of something. It is yourself. But see, here's the dilemma. People will see that, oh, I wasn't able to make that change until this tragedy happened. It wasn't God. It wasn't the universe trying to move you. It is that you moved yourself. It is that you got to a point where you had enough, where you said, that's it. I can't take no more. I got to have something different. I got to have more in my life. And the only way I can have this is if I do something different from what I've been doing, because I've been eating this way my entire life and now I have an emergency of diabetes, so now I'll do something about it. I've been eating this way my entire life, now I've had a heart attack, so now I have to do something about it. I've been I'm about to get a divorce, oh dang, now I see it, I've been acting the same way for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and I'm about to get a divorce, now I'll change and do something different. I'm feeling so much pain. This emergency has been created. And since that emergency has been created, now you're going to go do something. And you cannot say the universe tried to move you. You cannot say that God tried to move you. The only thing that moved you is that you had enough. Cause and effect is still in effect. The fact that you had got to a point where you said, that's it. That's enough. I can't take no more. I'm done. I can't live my life like this anymore. I'm done. I can't look at myself in the mirror and not like myself anymore. I'm done. I can't walk around with poor finances anymore. I'm done. I can't walk and do this 9 to 5 or work for this company anymore. I'm done. I can't take people treating me like this anymore. I'm done. I can't sit up here and continue to lose relationships over and over again. I'm done. That is your causal factor. Your emergency became your causal factor that has so much pain that you finally said, I'm done. And then you start moving in the right direction. You start moving in the direction to move you up that polarity scale. You start saying that, okay, if eating this way is giving me heart disease and I'm tired of it and I've had enough pain of it, I'll eat better. And you'll slowly start losing weight. Your vascular system will get better. Your cardio system starts to get better. Every aspect of your body, your life, your aura, your energy starts to get better. And because it's getting better, all of a sudden you start feeling better, you start looking better, you start having more confidence. Because you got more confidence, you're more willing to go out and do stuff. You're more go out and be exactly who you desired and said that you wanted to be. It's cause and effect. Now here's the thing about it. There are 5 pillars that I live my life by. 5 pillars that I know I got to work on in order to be successful. These are not my 5 rules. These are not my 5 like mantras or quotes or things like that. Those are other things. These are 5 conditions, kind of 5 states of being, 5 corners of my life that I know that if each one of them is at least 80% and up, 80% and up is filled with happiness, joy, 80% and up is being successful in these 5 things. And it can't be like 4 of them are up and 1 is down. All 5 have to be up. I look over my life. And every time I look over my life, when I see that I was doing my best, when I see that I was having the most joy, the most happiness, the most fulfillment in my life, all 5 of these were 80% and up. And I'm going to tell you guys what they are. And then it's up to you to go and decide if you care enough about you to make these 5 important enough to you. The first one is my relationships. My relationships have to be on par with who I am and who I want to be. My relationship have to be on par with bringing in the joy that's in my life. This is not just romantic relationship. This is the relationship with my children, the relationship with my family, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, the relationships that I have with my friends, my real friends, the relationship I have with my real friends, but even the relationship I have with acquaintances, the relationship that I have with myself, how I view myself, how I feel about myself, how I take care of myself. Those relationships have to be on par with my happiness. Now, the only way that happens is I have to be honest with who I am. I have to be honest with how I want to live my life and what I will allow people to do in my life and what I won't allow them to do in my life. And if you can do it, then I greatly admire you and let you in. But if I can't, then I have to let you out. I disdain you and you have to go. But you have to go with love, the fact that, hey, you're just not part of me. You're not just for me. You're not just can be in my life. And even when, and I know it takes very, very different dynamics, because even with my kids, as I was talking to all three of them over the weekend, I was talking to my children, and I'm explaining to them that, you know, over these last few years, we haven't necessarily been going through and accomplishing the lessons that I've been imparting to you guys. Y'all haven't been getting the lessons. You haven't been fulfilling the lessons. You've been taking the harder road instead of taking the easier road that I'm trying to give you. So either you start taking my easy road, or I'm gonna force you into a very, very hard road. Yeah, and that's with my children, that I will force them into a very, very hard road. And I've done it before. If I need to force them into a hard road to align them correctly, I'll do it in a heartbeat. So what do you think I would do when it comes to you? So all relationships matter. All your relationships have to be 80% and up. That next one is my health. My health. Now, if you look at my face, this face has gone out and come in, gone out and come in over the last couple of years. The reason why I've had my spurts of being on it, and I've had my spurts of just being whacked out. This week, car accident, thrown way off. Can't allow that to happen. If it happens for a moment, that's cool. But it can't be consistent. And consistency is key here. My health is vital to my survival. If my health is not at least 80% and up, then I am setting myself up to struggle. I won't have the energy. I won't have I won't love myself. I won't look at myself and feel great. My body won't feel right. I won't feel like going to do everything that I know I need to do. I won't feel it. And that's what your health is really about, how you feel. It makes you feel a certain way when you can look down and you see your toes. When you look down and you can't see your toes, you're gonna feel something about yourself. When you're trying to put on clothes and you're trying to button and it's just like, it makes you feel a certain way when you can't just, grab the button and just, patow, and just do it like that. It makes you feel a certain way. And because you feel that way, you think a certain way, then you act a certain way. Now, I know there are those who love the big body that they're in. And if you do, that's fine. But don't lie to yourself and say you're healthy. And I know there are people who are real skinny and they love the way they look. But don't lie to yourself and say you're healthy either. Because I've been a personal trainer. You guys know there are skinny people who are unhealthy. There are fat people who are unhealthy. The fact of the matter is, you're both unhealthy. It's about getting healthy. Plain and simple. Get healthy. So that's number 2. Number 3, finances. Your finances got to be on par. And they don't have to be what Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Michael Jordan and all these people. It has to be to your level of success. What you want to give in order to be successful. What you want to have to be successful. But I can tell you this. A base thing is this. If you spend more than you have, if you're always robbing Peter to pay Paul, you're going to find yourself always in a state of stress. And that stress will destroy you. That stress will keep you from ever being successful. That stress will cause your relationships to die. It will cause your health to die. Do you see why these 5 make a huge difference? Because they are so interconnected. They are so interconnected. If you don't have the health, you may fail at your finances. If you don't have the finances, you may fail at your health. It's like they both have to be working at the same time. You see the connection. So you have to gain control over your finances and then figure out what your reason, your why for your level of success. And then you got to do it. You got to do it. All these things I'm talking about, you got to do it. You got to stop BSing and do it. The next one is your spirituality. First of all, if your spirituality is based on anybody agreeing with you, If you can't be spiritual, if you can't be happy, if you got to consistently have this inside you and fight everybody, then you got a spiritual problem. Your personal spirituality is off. Whether you are a Muslim, a Jew, or a Christian, or Buddhist, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Your spirituality is off. The fact that I don't need any of you to agree with me on what I believe means that my spirituality is good to go. But even in that, there are things that I know I need to do. I'm getting ready to start a realign my chakras. I'm gonna put it. Realign my chakras. Reopen my chakras. Make sure they're open. Realign them and get them squared away. Now, for those who are gonna ask me, what are you gonna do, Coach Rand? Tell me about it. It's an 8-week process. Okay, it's an 8-week process. It's very simple. I just focus on one chakra a week for each week. That's root chakra 1 week, sacral chakra the next week, and so on and so forth. There's certain meditations I do throughout the entire week, but for one whole week, I'm focused on one chakra, the blocks for that chakra, what opens the chakra, all those things. And then after the end of 7 weeks, on the 8th week, you do one chakra a day and just get your alignment. There's a lot more to it. I'm not going to explain in this video because this video has a lot of other information in it. But it's about getting my spirituality back, getting it in line, keeping it in line. I'm just doing this as a checkup from the neck up. But it actually starts a little lower. But I'm just checking it all up. So what I'm doing, whatever your spirituality is, you need to do it. And you need to do it for real. You need to do it for real. And here's the big thing of spirituality. And if you can't say this, then you're not doing it. Whatever your religion is, whatever your spirituality is, if you're not abiding by it, you're not spiritual. You're not in it. You know, you're just not. Okay? Let's just stop right there. Before you go criticize somebody else about their spirituality, answer me this. Are you abiding by your spirituality? If your spirituality says that you are the lender, not the borrower, but you're doing a whole bunch of borrowing, are you abiding by it? If it says that you're supposed to show all men love, are you abiding by it? If it says that you have certain dietary requirements, are you abiding by it? If it tells you that whatever it tells you to do, are you abiding by it? If you're not, and I mean really abiding, don't give me your little half butt, the stuff that you're abiding by. If you're not doing it, shh, go do it first. Go do it. And then come back and talk. Go do it. And then talk. And the last one is power. Power. Now this is not lording over other people, but this is using your sphere of influence over yourself and over the ones that you love in order to assist and help yourself and other people. If you're not exuding your power, if you're not using your power, many of you have the power to become wealthy, but you're not. Many of you have the power to become healthy, but you're not. Many of you have the power to be the most loving husband or wife, but you're not. And let me stick there for a second. Do you know that many people are in marriages or in relationships where if they just realize that they should just be an awesome number 2, that their husband or wife being the number 1, that their lives would change drastically? Do you ever realize that? Think about it in a company. Is it Mark Zuckerberg who's making the company big, or is the number 2 person? Hell, the number 26 person. Is it the number 1 person at Coca-Cola or the number 2 person? It is not always the number 1 person. Was it Obama or is it Michelle? Can Obama be Obama without Michelle? Can Dr. King be Dr. King without Coretta? That's my question. Can Warren Buffett, I don't know his wife's name, but can Warren Buffett be Warren Buffett without his wife? They may attain certain levels, but how high would they go? Can Hillary continue to have been doing what she's been doing if she didn't have Bill? I know some people don't like that relationship. Some people think they're crazy. I agree. But can they without them? The number 2 person in someone's life is vital. And if you're the number 2 person in someone's life, live up to it. Live up to it. If not, get out of it. But live up to it. You have a power being the number 2 person. Do you know being the number 2 person is the one who can inspire the number 1, is the one who builds the number 1, the one who gives the number 1 that refuge, who gives them the confidence to go out there? Do you know the number 2 is more important than the number 1? Go be it. Be the number 2, but be marvelous and great and amazing at it. So your power, you got to exude your power. You got to stop giving away your power. You give it away all the time. We give it away as groups. We give it away as a race that I don't believe in. But we give it away as countries. We give it away in so many ways. We give it away in our finances. Think about it. When you give away your health, when you give away your money, you give away your relationship, you give away your spirituality, you're giving away your power. and someone else is utilizing, because no energy dies. Energy just moves and changes, and other people manipulate it and use it for themselves. So you're just giving it away. All of this, guys, is based on cause and effect. All of this is based on you being able to magnify who you are and become the greatest version of yourself. The moment you decide that that is what is going to be in life and there is no plan B, the moment you decide that and you start moving in that direction, then you'll see your entire life change. But you got to do it on the full quad. You got to get all of it. The full quad has to be done. It won't work without the full quad. You got to get all 5. You can only do it if one of them is out of sync. The rest won't work. It's just like your chakras. If one chakra is out of sync, it's closed up, the other chakras can't function properly. You may get spurts in here and there, but they're not functioning properly, so you're not obtaining the full greatness. Because competition in life is not about you versus someone else. It's about you compared to what you could have done. That's the competition. And you got to be willing to die for yourself. Die for yourself, because no one else can make your life great. The universe is not trying to move you in any direction other than the one that you've already told it. You telling the universe right now, I want to be unhealthy. You know what? Hey, universe, guess what? I'm 26. I eat like crap. I'm 100 pounds overweight. I want that diabetes when I turn 50. I'm working towards it. I'm really putting forth the good energy towards getting to that diabetes, because, you know, I'm eating all the Snickers, the chips. I'm drinking all the high fructose sugars and the sodas. You know, I eat all the fast foods. I mean, all of them. I mean, I could be a reviewer for all the fast foods there, universe, because, you know, I'm really bucking for the diabetes. What, you know, and you're gonna have some heart disease? Don't tell me you're gonna heart disease for dessert, universe? Really? Oh, wow, universe, you are so kind. Thank you, God, for that. I appreciate it. That's what you're doing. That's what you're telling the universe when you continue to mismanage your money, when you continue to mismanage your health, when you continue to mismanage your relationship, when you continue to mismanage all these aspects, the full quad of your life, then all you're telling God, all you're telling the universe, all you're telling yourself is that what you deserve in life is this negative portion that's down the road for you. And the thing about it, if you can see that right now, if right now in your life you can see that that's where you're headed, you would make a change. If somebody could show you that, hey, if you continue this process, in 20 years, you're getting your leg amputated, you would make a change right now. You stop doing everything. You be the poster child of health. But because you can't see it with your 2 eyes is the reason why you won't do it. This is why meditation is vital, because you need to clear your 2 eyes. You need so that you can have clarity with your 1 eye. With your 1 eye. And just to leave you guys with this one, it was said to me this weekend that Napoleon Hill, writer of Think and Grow Rich, surveyed the top wealthiest people in the 1930s, 1920s, 1930s. Tony Robbins did the same thing in the late 90s, and Tim Ferriss did it in about 3-4 years ago. 3 common things they all came away with is that billionaires, successful people, they all meditate. Billionaires, successful people, they all have mentors. And billionaires and successful people, they all follow systems. They all follow systems. So I appreciate you guys, but you got to figure out what is your system that you're going to follow to get your full quad. To get your full quad, find a system. Find a system. And if I can help you, I'll be more than happy to be your mentor, to help you. More than happy to be your coach. And guess what? Each one of those, they pay for their mentors. Stop looking for free mentors, because you pay for what you get. I pay for every coach that I've ever had. I pay for every mentor I've ever had. I've never had one for free. I've never had one for free because I wouldn't respect free. So stop looking for free. If you're not willing to put some skin in the game, as we say in business, you got to have some skin in the game. When you want to buy a house, they want you to have some skin in the game. You want to start a business? You need some skin in the game. You want a relationship? You need some skin in the game. You want to have power? You got to put some skin in the game. So put some skin in the game if you truly want to be successful in your life. So I appreciate you guys. Continue to subscribe. You might be mad at me right now. I don't care. But subscribe. You'll be all right. Get over it. Keep moving forward. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This has been your Coach Ren. So remember, and let me see if I can do this right, because I was just taught this too. Remember, you have to free. Wait a minute. You have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.